So then, Crazy Little Thing Called Love by Queen. Absolute tremendous song, and I'm going to teach you how to play the rhythm guitar parts today. And as well as all the rhythm guitar bits, there's a couple of leady little bits that you can add as well to make the song more complete. Quite a few chords in it as well, so it's a bit challenging. We've got a couple of bar chords as well, and I can show you cheap ways of playing it as well. So a real complete song for all you guitarists out there wanting to learn this fantastic tune. So let's get a crack on. I waffle too much, so I've been told to cut it down. So what I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to run through the chords that are involved in this song. So there's quite a few of them. So we've got a D major chord there. Okay, and we also have a D suspended 4. So we're playing the D chord, but we're putting our pinky on the 3rd fret of the top E string, the G note. So we have that. So that's your G suspended 4. We have an open G chord. I actually like to play it like that, so I actually play the D note as well there, the 3rd fret of the B string, but whatever takes your fancy, doesn't really matter. So that's the D, D sus4 and G, or G that way. Then we have a C major chord, okay, like that. So that's the principal bits of the main parts of the verse. Then we have a B flat major, and we have a C major played like this. So what we're doing is basically it's the A shape we have there, moving up a fret and then barring across there. And it is quite difficult to do that. So the cheap way of playing it, which I tend to do as well, is that I just make sure I play the root note with my, which is the B flat note with my forefinger there, and then just play those next 3 notes on the 3rd fret, D, G and B string. Not playing there because you get that jazzy type chord which you don't want. You just want like that, or if you're brave enough you can do that. And then we can take that shape up 2 frets, and then finally we have a C chord. But if you find that too difficult, you can always refer back to the open shape there. Okay, all these chords are all laid out for you along with the structure of the song and where the chords appear in the lyrics, so you know, it gives you a fighting chance to learn these. And the other 3 chords we have an E major, we have an A, and we have an F. F major, all major chords. Like that. Okay, so they're the chords. So look at the chord charts, make sure you know you're pretty au fait with them. So what we're going to do, I'm going to start off by running through the chords in the order they're played in the verse. Okay, and we're just going to do a very simple down strumming pattern just to get you used to the chords. So we're having it starts off with a D. This is sort of like the intro starts off with a D and a D suspended 4th. Just practice doing that. So you've got the D chord. Don't worry about the timing too much, it's just getting that change from the D to the D sus4. Nice and slow like that. 1, 2, like that. So that's get practice doing that. Practice doing your sus4 so all the notes ring out. Just practice doing that, just for effectiveness. Just make sure it's nice and smooth, okay? I'll go through the strumming pattern a bit later for you, but all we're trying to concentrate is just making sure you can play those chords. After we've played the D major, D sus4, we then go on to the G chord. I'll play it that way, the way that normal conventional way. It goes to a G, then to a C, like that. So we have first line of the verse, this thing called love. G, 4 down, 2 on the C, and then 2 back on the G, like that. Okay, so do that again. This thing called love. G, C, G, and do it again. Again to the G, 2 down on the C and 2 on the G. And then back to the D again. Okay, so we've got D and D sus4, D and D sus4, played a few times. We'll go through how many a bit later. Then to the G, 4 down on the G, 2 down strokes on the C and 2 down on the G again. Okay, one more time. this thing, chord love, and G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, and repeat it. G, C, G, and then back to the D, without using the suspended fourth this time. We're just doing 4 straight down strokes on the D. Then we're going to come to our first 2 bar chords, where we're going to go B flat, C, back to D, like that. Okay, so I'll play, what I'll do is show it to you in context, but it's two down strokes on the B flat, 2 down strokes on the C, and then back to the D and D suspended fourth, which I'm going to play D to D suspended fourth much quicker. So it goes like that. Don't worry about the timing, it's just getting it right, guessing the changes. Okay, so I'm going to quickly talk through the chords for you again so you can get them in your brain. You've got D and D suspended fourth, which we play about 4 times. I'll go through the D timing later. Then we have 4 down strokes on the G, 2 on the C, and then 2 on the G. Then we repeat the whole sequence again, and then we go B flat 2, C2, down strokes that is, and then set on the D suspended 4. Okay, so I think the best thing to do now, before we start doing the sort of the guitar solo rhythm and the middle 8, I think we're going to go on to the rhythm patterns now. I think it's probably a good time to do that. So what we're going to do is the starting rhythm pattern for the intro, and the beginning of the verse goes like this. Like that. And what we're emphasising is the D suspended fourth. So, after we play the D suspended fourth, we're emphasising the D note, the D major chord. And the D suspended fourth as well. So, if you see what I'm trying to confuse you a little bit there, but let's do it again and you'll see where the emphasis comes. So you can either just emphasise the D suspended chord 4 or the D afterwards, which is what I tend to do. So there's 2 emphases. So it's a down and an upstroke on. I emphasise that. You may just want to emphasise the D suspended fourth. But I think it sounds better emphasising the D suspended fourth and the D. And nice and smooth. Right, that's the emphasis. Okay, so that's the intro and the very beginning of the verse. Then we're going to keep that same pattern, but without so much emphasis, going from the G to the C and back to the D again. So we have this. Verse starts. And then we're going back to the D and we're going to play a straight pattern again. Like that. We're not going to emphasise that. So when we've gone to the G, the C and the G twice, then we go back to that D again. That's when we do not emphasise it. Okay, so I'm going to do that again, and then we're going to go on to the B flat, to the C, to the D bit. So I'll put that bit in at the end. Okay, so starting from the scratch again. Nice and smooth strumming. This thing. So smoother, emphasise again. Smooth. Smooth on the D. Like that. So for the B flat bit, so it's quite smooth pattern. But what I'm doing at the very end of that, when I'm going to the D, I'm playing the D suspended form much quicker than I did in the intro or earlier in the song. So it's like this. So I'm making it less emphasis on the down and up strokes, just playing a little bit louder. And then it repeats it all again. So we're basically effectively doing another verse. Okay, so I'll do it one more time for you so you can sort of join in, and then we'll jump into the middle eight. Okay, here we go then. And we'll start the singing now. This thing. Okay, so that's your intro, verse 1, stops there, and then you do another verse. Then we go into the middle eight. Now, the good thing is here, we've now got that rhythm pattern sussed. So it's very simple like that. And emphasising bits, if you like, taking bits away, making it quieter, louder, and just what feels good for you. Because obviously I can imagine when they play it live. In fact, I've seen Freddie, when he plays the rhythm guitar for that, I don't think he's particularly was that competent at it, but it sounded absolutely fine, you know, because he's probably one of the world's greatest frontmen as well, so he probably doesn't need to play it absolutely perfectly. Right, middle eight now. So there goes my baby. So we've finished off the verse. Then we go on to the G chord, C, G. Okay, so that's the first part of the middle eight. So it goes like this. So what we're basically doing, we're having a count of 8 on the G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A count of 4 on the C, and then 4 again on the G. So we'll do it from the end of the verse into the middle 8. Okay, so we'll count of 8, 4, 4, G, C, G. Then we're going to go down to the B flat again. And that is a count of 8. Okay, so let's go and build it up to the B flat as well. Okay, so it's middle 8. B flat. Okay, then we got, actually I'm going to do a little bit of emphasis again in a minute. Actually, I'm going to go back to something in a minute. But we're going to end up by going, so we've got 2 downstrokes on the E, 2 downstrokes on the A, and playing the F note, F major chord, and stopping it ringing out. Or you can strum it, whatever suits you best. You can't really hear the strumming much on that. Okay, so when we're playing the beginning of the middle eight, when we go down to the C, instead of playing the strumming pattern, we're going to emphasise it on downstrokes. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I do there, and then play the rest of it as well, incorporating the E, A and the F. So it's... I've got it wrong. And then we've got a little bit of a leady bit there, which is actually the bass. So I'll do that one more time. But when we're playing the C, I'm playing the C down 4 times, 4 downstrokes, and just releasing the pressure on my left hand slightly so the notes the chord doesn't ring out. And then back to strumming on the G. Okay, so let's do the complete middle eight again then. Here we go. Right, that's where we are. So there's a little bit of a rundown here after that, which you can play on the guitar. I think it's probably on the bass that does it, but it sounds quite nice and it's good for us to do it as well. There's a little rundown that goes like that. So what we're doing, we're basically playing the 5th fret of the A string, 4th fret of the A string, and the 3rd fret of the A string, releasing the pressure each time so the notes don't ring out. And then doing the same on the E string, frets 5, 4 and 3, like that. Okay, so let's play it again, putting those little bits in. Okay, there we have it. Now, what we're going to do now is going to play, and we're going to sort of gradually bring in playing the bottom, well, we're going to play the chord, but I'm just going to use the bottom E and the second fret of the A there. So we're using just those two. So second fret of the B, A string, and the open E to do this. Like that. Followed by that. So what I'll do, I'll just show you the notes actually first. So we're playing the, and then the little rundown we have goes, or you can mute it if you're with your palm if you like, which sounds quite good. So you just gently rest, you know, it depends whatever level of playing you're at. So we're just going, playing two notes, playing the second fret of the G string twice, not letting the notes ring out, like that. So you're releasing the pressure on your left hand, or just using your plectrum to hit the string so it doesn't ring out. Then we're playing the open G, then the fourth fret of the D, and the second fret of the D, like that. And then it just goes as a little, then it basically goes into, I think it's another verse goes on actually. I'll find out in a minute. I guess it is another verse. Anyway, so let's just quickly put all those bits together now. So, there goes my. And then straight back into another verse, which we've learnt already. So we're not far off ending the song now. So we've got a verse, which I've taught you, then it goes into another verse, and then we have a middle eight, and then it comes into another verse. So after we've gone, goes into another called Love. And then the lead solo comes in. So you're playing the intro bit, then we're playing the verse, then we're playing another verse, then we're doing a middle eight, then we're playing another verse, and it goes into the lead solo. So the lead solo chords are just a variant on what we have already. And the chords for the lead solo are B, D, B, and then the E, A, F bit again. So the lead solo starts off with. So once he's done that, we're going to go straight into the B flat chord. So then what we're going to do there is, I don't think he plays the A actually, I think it's just the E. And then there's a little rat-a-tat bit, and we go into another verse. But this verse is acapella, so there's no guitars or anything, it's just great Queen harmonies all the way through. So just to re-emphasise that then, we're going from B flat to D, so it's a count of 8 on the B flat. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 4 on the D, 8, and then another 8 on the B flat, and then the and then we've got the a cappella bit. Okay, so we're almost at the end now. So after the a cappella bit comes yet another verse. So we're playing yet another verse over the top of that, which we know very well. But at the end of the verse, it forms an outro. So when we do the crazy little thing called love, like that, it doesn't end. It just keeps going B flat, C, D. So I'm going to play the last verse for you, and then show you how it sort of like pans out in the intro, and you can end that. Well, it doesn't end on the record, but I recommend that you do actually finish it, otherwise you'll never stop playing the song. So the last verse goes like this. and just keeps playing it. And you can sort of like end it, something like that. And there you have all the little bits for the song. So use the tabs that I've written for, showed you, which will have the little leady bits on. We'll have all the chord diagrams for you. We'll have a little bit of a narrative to explain the best approach to the song and how to play it. Obviously all the chord diagrams will be there for you, and then you can just play along with the record. I also recommend having a look at any cover versions as well, because you can see the different ways that people end up playing the song, and then you can sort of put your own stamp on it. So I hope you enjoyed that, and join me for another easy song soon. Ciao for now.
Good, 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 good.
Oh, bad was it?
No, very good.